Alright guys, we're back with another video. This is again about the Steam Deck, and Valve is saying that they could future-proof the Steam Deck and also add new generations. And they think that at 800p at a 30 hertz target, it's gonna get there really well. And if people start heavily favoring image quality, then we might be in a position where we might have trade-offs, but we haven't really seen that yet. So I guess they're saying that 800p 30 hertz should be pretty good for the Steam Deck. That's the screen resolution is 1280 by 800, and 30 hertz, that's they basically want 30 frames per second on the Steam Deck and have it run natively. But down in this article from IGN, an interesting thing that they are saying is one new technology that is already working on the Steam Deck is AMD's Fidelity FX super sampling, which helps achieve higher frame rates through the use of upscaled images. We've actually been working pretty closely with AMD on testing FSR and giving them feedback throughout the development process, said Gervais. As you've seen, we've tested a Dota 2 update that supports FSR. All these games that support FSR just work on this device, and FSR kicks in the best way you would expect. So if you guys don't know what FSR is, basically it does dynamic resolution scaling. So if you're running a game at 1280 by 800 and your system can't handle it, it'll scale back the resolution and scale it up and down depending on what frame rates you want to hit. So it could scale the image and render it at 1024 by 768, and it'll do like a variable dynamic resolution. And with FSR, it's supposed to be that you're gaining performance and not really noticing the image quality degrading. So it's kind of like a free FPS booster. So Valve looks to be that they're going to implement FSR on the Steam Deck, which makes a lot of sense because AMD is providing the chip for the processor and the graphics. And it's pretty exciting because if FSR is enabled on a lot of games, you might be able to get 60 frames per second on a lot of PC games on the Steam Deck. And it's a portable device, so it's pretty much 60 frames per second on the go. Got something here. So this is just an article on FSR and how it improves frame rates. So you can see on this 5700 XT, with FSR off, it's 34.8 frames per second at 4K, but it's shooting up to 48.9 frames per second with ultra quality and FSR enabled. So you're seeing almost at 50 frames per second and gaining 14.1 frames by just having FSR on. So it can really improve performance quite a bit. So there's some other ones here. You see Godfall going from 69.7 with it off, with ultra quality and FSR enabled, 100.3. So FSR ultra quality 100.3, so 30 frames per second. So basically here almost seeing a 40 to 50% increase in frame rate with FSR on, versus just it being completely off. So it's free performance boost, could boost the Steam Deck in a very positive way, especially that it's something that AMD is working closely with Valve on actually getting it to work on Linux, because the Steam Deck's running Linux, and you're going to get free performance boost. So it could be that games run really, really well. They run 50%. They have 50% higher frame rates because of this if it does get implemented properly. And I guess in some other Steam Deck news, just like Nintendo Switch, the Steam Deck is the result of failed hardware. Valve designers open up about what made Steam Deck possible. And here some of the interesting things that get pointed out later on is about Steam boxes. Really, we've looked at a lot of what we've learned as boxes. We needed to check if we were going to talk to customers again about the category, says Coomer. We really didn't want to bring the Steam Deck to customers until we felt everything was ready and that all those boxes were checked. Essentially, definitely doing that. I don't think we would have had much progress on Steam Deck if we hadn't had that experience. So he's talking about, them having made the Steam controller and also having made Steam boxes before. They did have Linux-based Steam boxes, but they didn't sell well at all. The game support was not very good, and I guess they're drawing a comparison between the Switch. The Wii U didn't sell well for Nintendo, and it had a lot of the same concepts as the Switch. Or the Wii U had a lot of the same concepts that the Switch has today, and it's just more refinements. So the Steam controller, it had the touch pads, it had, all of these features that Valve wanted to bring with the touch pads and the D-pad and everything, just the overall design, and they brought their failures to the Steam Deck and just repackaged them. So you have the Steam controller with its touch pads in there, and then you also have, their Steam OS, which was a Linux-based version, and they're just basically tightening up together to bring pretty much a Steam box with a Valve Steam controller together in one package. We'll see. I think they have something really solid here. And let's see. Now we have the Steam Deck here. Still, it's, if anybody wants to order one of these or pre-order one of these, expected availability after Q2 2022. So probably going to be a whole year that somebody's going to be waiting if they want to get a Steam Deck 64 gigabyte with the eMMC memory. If they want to get a 256, if somebody wants to get a 256 or a 512, it's, I guess you could get a 256 by Q2 2022, which would be June. It's probably which would mean you'd probably have to wait like 10 or 11 months. And with the 512 gig, it's going to be after Q2 2022. So it could be a whole year out as well. So it could be Q3 2022 or even Q4. So yeah, they have a lot of demand for this thing, which is good. Want to get a lot of people. Definitely they want to get a lot of people using the Steam Deck, and they want to have a big user base so that they have incentives to actually keep developing it, keep selling it, iterate on it, and it's kind of exciting. It's exciting that Steam Deck's getting FSR. It's selling really well. A lot of people are interested in getting the physical console itself, and it looks like it's coming together for Valve on this one. So hopefully the Steam Deck does well, and definitely I'll keep posting more videos on the Steam Deck as it comes out, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.